Hi friends, it's Tehla here, and today I am going to do a very short video on how to identify a twin flame crystal. So twin flame crystals are common, but in their true form, I've actually found them quite hard to find. So I thought that now that I actually found one just last week, I thought I would share it with you today because it's so perfectly symmetrical and evenly pointed that I just couldn't not share this. And hopefully it might also lead you to finding your own twin flame crystal. They can also be called Tantric Twin flames, soul connection crystals, but you will generally just know when you see one. And hopefully after this little video you might be more in tune with what to look for, what specific features to look for. So twin flame crystals share a base. So this base here in this one that I've got, this is actually clear quartz termination as well. So this is a clear quartz crystal. The base is here, and it's shared by the entire crystal. This crystal is particularly special because the base has what we called self-healed. So it's actually, you can see how the crystals have actually crystallized, grown at the base since it's been removed from the earth, which is a really, really special feature to have on a crystal and can actually encourage self-healing in ourselves as well. So really beautiful feature to have. Not all twin flame crystals need to have the self-healed base. But the main thing to look for is, does the crystal have two even and equal points at the top? So I'm trying to hold this in a way that you can see clearly the 2 points. Maybe if I put it there, it's showing up okay for me. So hopefully you can see. And these are essentially two separate crystals. So they have their own, every crystal has its own soul or its own spirit. And these crystals have sort of conjoined their souls or spirits, which is why these crystals are often linked to that, you know, sort of twin flame soul mate connection in life. That you know, that some people believe, you know, we're destined to have that sort of one person in our life. So they actually perfectly replicate the conjoining of sort of like two spirits, two souls in a crystal form. So you can see there's not even a distinction or any type of distinction or clarity between the two crystals, even though they started as two separate crystals. And if you can see here in the window, it actually looks like you're looking into just the one crystal. So this is just a particularly good crystal to show as an example, which is why I thought I would bring it on and showcase it for you. Also because it's a gorgeous crystal, and yeah, I love sharing crystals and everything about them. So yeah, so essentially you're looking for the even points. Some places, some people will talk about twin flame crystals that have 2 points that are growing out of the same base, but the 2 points aren't even. They don't come to the same point at the top. So although I believe these crystals can still be quite beneficial, ultimately, when you're seeking that genuine, true twin flame crystal, soul connection crystal, you're looking for these even points. So each crystal will have its own particular features that will define it as its own. And they will probably call out to you as well when you're seeking. But essentially, look for the 2 points at the top that match and that are the same, and see if you can gaze into the crystal and see it as one being. The sun's actually shining through right now. It's so beautiful. It's almost as if the sun is wanting me to show these special points. At the back of this one, there's actually a third crystal. So there's actually another crystal, but I would not associate that as the twin flame. It's just a special terminated clear quartz that also happens to be sharing a similar base, but it's actually growing off the side. So I would say that that's particularly beneficial for growth, particularly self-healing, self-discovery, spiritual growth. So very interesting. It could also represent a child, essentially, or family. More broadly, family. But in terms of the Tantric Twin Flame Soul Connection Crystal, this is what we're looking for. The 2 points at the top, the shared base, self-healed or not, and if possible, being able to see within the crystal and see it as one. So, happy hunting. I hope that this video will help you identify your own twin flame crystal. And if you do find one, let me know. Share it with me, because I'm particularly interested in learning more about these twin flame crystals and their attraction as well. I just find that us as humans are just so attracted to these soul connection crystals, and you know, a lot of that comes back to our desires to connect with our own soul first, so that in turn we can then connect with other souls. So hopefully this has been of help. I know it's only short, but that crystal is, this crystal is, in my opinion, a perfect example of what to look for in a twin flame soul connection crystal. Thanks for being here. Lots of love.